What's going on, Miss Shelby? Just got back from Vegas, officially back in Lancaster now, so I wanted to kind of give you a bit of a feedback into your last week. Looks like you're down a little bit in weight, which is awesome. Definitely want to see your average down for the next week as well. I like how you were able to get your workouts in. I know that was always a point of discussion because you don't know how work is going to be. Step count is really high. I really like that. Your sleep is looking solid. Water looks great. Bowel movements, awesome, great, regular. Nothing out of whack there. Stress, we could probably work down your stress a bit, but I know your job, so that's fine. Not sore. Steps increase, which is good. Main thing is eating after about 7. So yeah, I think the main thing there is just knowing, like, if you have a day where for whatever reason you have to meet your calories and macros, but you are eating late, and knowing that is gonna impact your morning, I think that's okay. I think in a long period of time, what's gonna happen is you're going to see more of your body change than your weight, but then eventually your weight will come down. It just might not be reflective, because if you drink a Diet Dr. Pepper late, 32 ounce in the evening, you will weigh more in the morning because of water weight. But that's okay. That's fine. Like, no problem there. You can absolutely still do that. I mean, if you're opting for something, to be honest with you, having a bit of a diet soda is really helpful because it gives you a bit of that sweet kick. And for now, progress videos, it's going to be hard to see progress because that typically takes anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So keep sending that. I do like how the intake is getting consistent across the board. That's always kind of a nice thing to see. And I would say for next week, if we could try to bump your calories up just a smidge, because I can see your average is probably just under 1,200. And I know it's a bit of a challenge for you. If we can get that closer to 1,300. And then here's kind of why, okay? So there's something called your basal metabolic rate. So your basal metabolic rate is your... Well, I can get into like your total daily energy expenditure, but the BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is this number that your body is given where, like, you're burning so many calories, right? And for someone who is more accustomed to under eating and not losing, that means your body down-regulated your metabolism, so your body is living off of less but not losing, right? And so what's happening is, now that you're more conscious of what you're eating, how much you're eating, your training, your sleep, your rest, your bowel movements, your period, all this kind of stuff, what I'm seeing is your body's response is, imagine last week to this week, you're eating more food, but you're like, well, why am I down weight, right? And so what's happening is, as long as you're still able to make sure you you get your training in, what will happen is your metabolism is catching up to the amount of food and exercise that you're actually doing, which is great. Which just means it's probably going to be a couple of weeks till we see a bit more of a drop, because what's happening is your body is responding really well, which is really nice to see, to your specific approach to this, which is, well, like, we're going to be increasing your calories just a little bit. So if you can get like 1,250 to 1,300 a day, that would be awesome. If you can maintain your exercise, if you could do a little bit more, that'd be great. But if not, like, this is a really good place to be. And everything else looks really good, like your sleep, your rest, your water, all that stuff. At least for next week, okay? So if you can do that, what's happening is, and you let me know, because some things that could be happening to you, you might be able to notice, you know, my energy's up, my appetite is up, my workouts feel better, I'm feeling stronger, things like that. Those are called biofeedback, which means your body's, like, natural set point is changing. So let me know. Other than that, that's kind of the main thing I want to see for next week. Everything else looks good. And so if you could focus on 2 things, getting a little bit more food in, and if you can get 1 more workout in a week beyond everything else, like, this is really good. Cool? Cool. Peace.